School Meals Coalition. Kenya has recently emerged from the worst drought in decades, and school meals have provided a critical safety net, keeping vulnerable children fed and in school. As Kenya embarks on its journey to reach 10 million children by 2030, the country is also taking a lead on tackling the climate crisis through its planet-friendly approach to school feeding. This means finding cleaner, more sustainable ways of cooking to lower the carbon footprint.
Mara ya kwanza kulima viazi tamu nilikuwa na changamoto ya soko. Mapato ambayo ninapata saa hizi yananisaidia kwanza kufundisha watoto wangu.
By buying drought-tolerant crops and vegetables in bulk from groups of local farmers, like orange-fleshed sweet potatoes, school meals boost local economies and create jobs in the community, especially for women and youth. Every $1 invested in school meals generates $9 for the economy. By supporting Kenya's school meals program, we are investing in the next generation and in our future leaders.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Now, with your permission, I'm honored to invite Dr. Belio Kipsang, Principal Secretary, State Department of Basic Education, to give his remarks, and also invite our keynote speaker this evening. Let's give him a round of applause kindly as he makes his way to the stage. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the First Lady, Mama Rachel Ruto, the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Julius Mikoso Kamba, and Cabinet Secretary for Energy, who is also here. Ministers from member countries present here today, the Governor for Kirinyaga, Anne Waiguru, World Food Program, Country Director representing the Executive Director, and riding all the protocols as are already established, distinguished guests, we would want to, Your Excellency, to thank you very much, because this is so important for the children of this country, so important for the children of the world, because as we sit here, we define the future. We define the future because our children are our future. And as we invest, therefore, in school meals, we are investing in the future. The $1 will bring more because it is an investment into the future. Your Excellency, I'll not say so much because our story in school meals program has been told by the video that we have just seen. So that sums up what I would have said today. But once again, we want to thank you first as our First Lady, but most importantly as a mother, because mothers understand and appreciate what it means when a child goes without a meal. And for our children, when they miss a meal, it makes it so difficult for them to give their best in the learning outcomes. School feeding is a catalyzer for so many things. One, it is a pull factor to education. Two, it retains our children in school. And again, it catalyzes the economy of the local economy that these schools have found themselves in, because our schools buy from the communities that they are in. Your Excellency, with your permission, let me take this opportunity to invite our country director for school, for World Food Program, Lorraine Landis, to make her comments. Karibu.
Thank you. Good evening, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply honored to be with you here tonight and grateful to Her Excellency, First Lady of Kenya, for hosting this dinner on the eve of our ministerial meeting. This evening, I'm representing Cindy McCain, Executive Director of the World Food Program, who had really wanted to be here tonight and couldn't make it, but asked me to please send her warm wishes and regards. In her words, hosting the second ministerial meeting of the School Meals Coalition here in Nairobi is a testament to the Kenyan government's commitment to ensuring that every child attends school. It is a really powerful way to bring partners, all the partners that you see here this evening, together and to inspire us on this important journey. Your leadership, Your Excellency, and initiatives like the kitchen garden that we saw this evening as we came in, and what a beautiful garden it is. I wish I had that at my house. Here at State House, and also the Mama Doing Good initiative really exemplify how school meals can help attain how impactful this initiative is. For many, the meal is a lifeline, keeping them in school, and especially for girls, offering safety, stability, and a sense of opportunity. One young girl that I shared a quiet, shy conversation with said, you know, my favorite part of the day is lunchtime. Not only because of the great meal that we get, but also because I get a feeling of belonging and hope that brings me and my friends together. And that was very powerful for me. What makes me even prouder to support this work is how the program reaches far beyond the children's plate of food. In many areas, the supplies used to prepare these meals are sourced from local farmers who have been empowered to implement improved sustainable farming practices. Just a few weeks ago, and I think you saw a very great example of it in the video, I was in Tana River and I saw the farmer carts full of orange flesh sweet potatoes that she had grown in her community. And those went into a van, and those same sweet potatoes would later make their way to a local school, nourishing children in her own community. So on the one hand, we see the happy child being enriched by a nourishing meal, and eager to learn and thrive. On the other hand, we see as well women, farmers, economically empowered, providing for their families and contributing to a sustainable food system. In this cycle of nourishment and empowerment, we see how communities can uplift themselves when given the right resources and support. It is evidence that school meals can be an engine to create jobs, to foster economic growth, and to help farmers adapt to the impact of climate change, and by offering a stable, large-scale market for local produce. Your Excellency, First Lady of Kenya, your strong leadership has been instrumental in bringing school meals to the forefront of the African continent. Your recent joint declaration at the UN General Assembly with the other First Ladies of Africa made it clear, and I quote, "It is our collective responsibility to ensure that every child has access to a nutritious meal that is affordable and planet-friendly." Your words echo in every effort we are making to guide and create a world where no child is left behind. We at WFP are so proud to have accompanied Kenya on their school feeding journey, as you saw in the video, since it started in 1980s. But from 2018, when the program transitioned from WFP to the Kenyan government, Kenya has not only maintained the program, but made it a model for others. WFP has had the pleasure of facilitating South-South exchanges, welcoming delegations from Bangladesh, Gambia, Mozambique, Namibia, Rwanda, and I'm sure there are many others, other countries that have been keen to learn from Kenya's approach. The past 2 years especially have marked an extraordinary leap forward. As Kenya responded to the worst drought in 40 years, school meals actually rose in importance on the national agenda. The government acted very swiftly to get 2.5 million children back in school, and then at the same time raised the bar to make the commitment to reach 10 million children with school meals. Kenya also led the way in climate-friendly school feeding and launched that at the African Climate Summit last year. At WFP, we couldn't be prouder of Kenya's steps forward. It is an honor to work alongside the Kenyan government and our partners, including the US Department of Agriculture, the government of France, the Rockefeller Foundation, the government of Germany, the Novo Nordisk Foundation, and of course, our many NGO partners who make sure that meal actually makes it to each school every single day. As we look to the future, we are thrilled to support new initiatives, from the aggregator model, which links farmers directly to schools and has been tested in counties like Embu. Also, the cost of meal survey, clean cooking initiatives, and even digitalization of school feeding records and data, all of which really lay the groundwork for an even more ambitious expansion. Earlier this month, as you know, Kenya launched its national chapter of the School Meals Coalition, really a major milestone that will help to align our efforts and drive Scale Up forward. As WFP, we are committed to support this mechanism and collaborating with every partner here to make the goal of feeding 10 million children a reality. Tomorrow's ministerial is an opportunity to rally, further support, and drive momentum towards universal coverage by 2030. It is an ambitious road, but I am confident together that we can make this dream come true. In closing, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the government of Kenya for their extraordinary leadership and commitment, and my deepest thanks for hosting tomorrow's ministerial. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and I wish you a wonderful evening and a productive meeting tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lauren. With your permission, Your Excellency, let me invite Percy Hellman, the Under-Secretary of State for International Development at the Ministry for Foreign Affairs, Finland, to introduce the members of the International Committee and thereafter give his remarks. Welcome.
Your Excellency, First Lady Ruto, Honorable Cabinet Secretaries, Honorable Principal Secretary, senior government officials and members of the Diplomatic Corps, ladies and gentlemen, and really fellow members of the School Meals Coalition, good evening. I'm honored to be here with all of you. Thank you, Your Excellency, for hosting such an important dinner on the evening before the ministerial meeting. I truly enjoyed the visit of your kitchen garden here at the State House, and I congratulate you on the Mama Doing Good initiative. They are great examples of how to promote sustainability, local food procurement, and healthy diets. These are actually also crucial pillars of my country's, Finland's National School Meals Program. And in fact, we have provided free of charge school meals since the 1940s, when Finland itself was still a fairly poor country. And we think that it has been one of the key factors in supporting economic growth and transforming Finland and its economy into a knowledge-based society. Informed by this history of our own, we proudly joined forces with France in 2021 to launch the School Meals Coalition at the United Nations Food Systems Summit. Our shared goal is to ensure that by 2030, every child worldwide has access to a healthy and nutritious school meal. The coalition has gained significant momentum, with 105 countries now participating and working to strengthen their national programs. African nations are leading the way, with over 40 countries from the continent actively involved. The coalition has also built an impressive network. Over 130 other partners have joined. And one could even say that the School Meals Coalition is arguably among the most impactful new multilateral networks today. Finland is proud to co-chair this coalition with our valued partners, Brazil and France. And from the outset, Kenya has been a leading member of the coalition. We are especially encouraged to learn that Kenya's ambition is to reach 10 million children by 2030, and that the national plan was launched just last week, together with the National School Meals Coalition, as we just heard also from the WFP. Now, Kenya's clear strategy and priorities provide a roadmap for partners to support your efforts here in Kenya. I urge everyone here to continue cooperating with the Kenya government in expanding and improving its program, because it is by working together that we can ensure that no child is left behind. I would like to end by thanking once more Her Excellency, the First Lady, for bringing us partners together in this beautiful setting, and thank the government of Kenya for hosting tomorrow's ministerial. I look forward to our engagements tomorrow. Thank you for your attention.
It's now my pleasure to invite the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Julius Mikosa Kamba, to take up the program from there. Karibu Waziri.
Thank you, PS. Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, Mama Rachel Ruto, Your Excellency, Governor Anne Waiguru, colleague ministers present here tonight, government representatives, development partners present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. Let me start by first expressing my joy at being part of this very important event this evening. Today marks the eve of the high-level ministerial task force meeting of the Global School Meals Coalition, scheduled to take place tomorrow. I welcome all of you here and sincerely thank you for finding time to be with us tonight. Some of you had a long hour of travel, but you still managed to honor this invitation. May I most sincerely thank you, Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, for hosting this evening. School meals have a special place in the hearts of the Kenyan people since the 1980s, when the program started with the support from the World Food Program. The program is one of our greatest and longest standing safety nets for our children and families, and I have seen firsthand what a crucial one it is, especially during times of drought and floods. The fact that we have this impressive group of people here tonight, reflecting the full spectrum of the Global School Meals Coalition, with ministers from all around the world, heads of UN agencies, academia, foundations, and networks, and of course, a large group of development partners, shows how important school meals are for our nation and for our future generations. Here in Kenya, this meeting is very, very timely. Honoring our commitment to reach 10 million children through school meals by 2030, we have just launched our scale-up plan and targeting strategy to achieve this goal. We are doing this with the steady support of the World Food Program, the Global Partnership for Education, and the World Bank, as well as the Rockefeller Foundation and many other NGOs, such as Food for Education and the Red Cross. I am also delighted to announce that we recently launched the national chapter of the School Meals Coalition and our national scale-up plan just the other day on the 8th of October, 2024. This is an expression and confirmation of our strong commitment to reaching 10 million children through climate-friendly school meals by 2030. As part of this plan, Kenya is taking on not only the need to attract and retain children in school through access to meals, but also taking the lead in tackling the threat of the triple planetary crisis. Firstly, Kenya committed to shift from carbon-heavy imports of food to promote locally sourced food by introducing a new smallholder aggregator model with support from WFP. Seeing how much climate change impacts our communities, we are revising our school menus to prioritize drought-tolerant crops and vegetables, such as the orange-fleshed sweet potatoes. It's a triple win, providing new markets for smallholder farmers, which are hardest hit by climate change, helping them to adapt their livelihoods to climate change at the same time and promoting healthy diets and balanced nutrition for our children. Finally, we are shifting from firewood to cleaner sources of cooking, thereby further reducing the carbon footprint and supporting Kenya's energy transition. Your Excellency, your lead in spearheading advocacy for climate-friendly school meals, such as at COP28 and the United Nations General Assembly this year, have been crucial in placing school feeding and Kenya's journey in the global limelight. Your efforts have also assisted in bringing like-minded people and supporters together to support this agenda. I could not thank you enough for your efforts in championing school meals program. Thank you. Kenya is therefore delighted to host this high-level event, and by working together, we can ensure that our children's futures are not only nourished, but also sustainable. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now take this opportunity to welcome you, Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, to make your remarks. Asanteni sana. Karibu sana, Your Excellency.
Thank you. We may be seated. Mr. Percy Hellman, Under Secretary of State for International Development at the Ministry for Foreign Affairs, Finland. Julius Migos, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education. Honorable Opiyo Wandayi, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Energy and Petroleum. Principal Secretaries present. Honorable Anne Waiguru, Governor, Kirinyaga County. Laureen Landis, Representative and Country Director, World Food Program, Kenya. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Hamjambo. It is an honor to host you this evening at State House for our interministerial dinner in support of the great work that the Global School Meals Coalition is doing to ensure that our children have the nourishment they need to stay healthy and attend school. When I shared with our president about this event tonight, he expressed his deep appreciation for every effort to secure our children's health and education, a responsibility he passed to me during the International Women's Day 2024 celebrations. He shared with me a simple truth from his own life, that being able to access a healthy meal as a child alongside a good education enabled him to reach where he is today, serving this country as its 5th president. I want to specifically thank the 12 task force member countries of the Global School Meals Coalition, who are now our friends and partners in this journey. I also appreciate the strong representation from our cabinet, who are spearheading the implementation of our school feeding program in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, the presence of each one of us here reaffirms that we are united in the belief that every child deserves a fair start, beginning with a plate of food
and an education. This evening, as I sampled the dinner, I thought of what an evening it would be like if, for some reason, the food was not available. Imagine the disappointment and hunger we might feel, even just for a few hours before finding a snack later on our way home. Now, think of our children who experience this daily, from morning to night, across the many urban settlements and arid regions in our country. This struggle to meet their most basic needs impacts every aspect of their lives, from their learning to their physical and mental development to the futures they dream of. As a teacher, I can only imagine the pain I would feel teaching a hungry child. This is the reality for many Kenyan children, and it doesn't end there. Hunger keeps these children out of classrooms as they often help their families search for food and water. And yet, with a median age of 19, our young people are our greatest asset and the future of our nation. We must make their health and nutrition a priority from the very beginning by supporting children and expectant mothers so that our next generation begins life on solid ground. Malnutrition affects our nation through lost productivity and increased healthcare costs. It is estimated that 6% of our gross domestic product is at risk due to the impacts of undernutrition on health, education, and productivity. A hungry child cannot learn. And as many of us can attest, productivity diminishes on an empty stomach. World Food Program data tells us that over 20% of children in our classrooms cannot concentrate because of hunger. This is not just an issue of nutrition, it is an issue of equity. The dining area in every school is one of the most important spaces where children socialize, gain nourishment, and also learn about healthy eating habits and develop positive lifelong food choices. We're inspired by the success of the Dishi na County, a public-private partnership initiative by Honorable Johnson Sakaja, Governor, Nairobi County. The program is feeding children with nutritious hot meals every day of the week, prepared in centralized kitchens and distributed to various schools across the city. The model uses a data-driven model where technology is used to efficient food distribution and tracking nutrition metrics of the children. Ladies and gentlemen, as a nation, we have taken an ambitious goal to reach 10 million school children with nutritious meals by 2030. Currently, we are feeding 2.6 million children through national and county government initiatives with the support of partners like the World Food Program. Our model for school feeding goes beyond just providing meals. It aims to create communities that are sustainable and self-sufficient. The kitchen garden we visited this evening is one of the demonstration sites for schools to learn how to organically grow short-season nutritious crops such as vegetables and herbs. The produce from the farm was part of our dinner today. I hope you enjoyed. This participatory initiative teaches our children the value of food security and instills a sense of ownership in their health and nutrition, as well as that of their families. Climate smart meal initiatives contribute to our national goals, such as our President's vision to plant and grow 15 billion trees by 2032. In support of this vision, I'm personally working on a broad ambition to grow 500 million trees, 30% of which will be fruit trees. We are establishing fruit orchards dubbed Mama Fruit Garden in schools to supplement children's fruit intake. We are further impacting local communities, particularly women, youth, and small-scale farmers, to grow food for nearby schools and reduce the miles in meals lower our carbon footprint, and build local economies. This approach creates jobs, raises household incomes, and supports financial stability. This approach aligns with the global understanding that empowering women in agriculture leads to more sustainable food systems, as they are often the custodians of biodiversity and champions of nutritional needs in their families and communities at large. Mother Teresa once said, and I quote, "If you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one." I invite you to this dinner tonight to appreciate the ministerial success and leadership in school feeding globally, assure you of my commitment to this journey, and request your partnership towards the realization of our goal to feed 10 million children by 2030 in Kenya. By investing in the health and well-being of our children, we invest in the future of our nation. I will close my remarks today by requesting you to kindly repeat the following after me. A plate of food is power in a child's hands. I didn't hear you. A plate of food is power in a child's hands. Thank you. I wish you great deliberations tomorrow during the ministerial meeting of the Task Force of the Global School Meals Coalition. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I'm kindly requesting you remain on stage because School Meals Coalition would like to present a gift to you, and I would like to invite Percy Hellman to present the gift to Her Excellency. I would also want to ask Lorraine Landis to also make her way close to the stage because of the next gift. We'll start with Percy Hellman. Kindly make your way to the stage. I'll ask the rest of us, we join Her Excellency with a warm welcome, even as she receives the gifts. Thank you, Mr. Hellman. Lorraine Landis will be presenting a beautiful pin or a baton that represents countries that are members of SMC. Kindly, Lorraine. Awesome. A round of applause, kindly. Thank you. Her Excellency will remain on stage. SMC Task Force representatives of the following countries, Her Excellency would like to also gift you, and I'll start with Finland. Representative, I guess Hellman will receive that gift. Thank you. A round of applause, kindly. Yeah. Those are cooking sticks, or traditional cooking sticks. Thank you. Representative from France, kindly make your way to the stage. Brazil, be ready. Guatemala, be ready. Rwanda, be ready. Thank you for accepting this gift from our First Lady. A representative from Brazil. Thank you, sir. A round of applause, kindly. We also have a representative for Guatemala. Thank you, madam. Rwanda, kindly make your way to the stage. Followed by Rwanda. Sweden, make your way to the stage kindly. United States, kindly representative. Japan, Senegal, and also Kenya will have our CS, Julius Migos. Let's have Rwanda. Sorry, let's have Sweden. A round of applause, kindly, even as they receive these gifts. Thank you. United States of America, you're welcome to Kenya. Our representative from Japan. Welcome, sir. Senegal. Senegal. Do we have a representative from Senegal? If not, I would like to invite CS Julius Migos to receive on behalf of Kenya. Kindly, sir. Thank you, Your Excellency. Kindly we'll proceed to our photo session right behind the pavilion. I would like to invite Percy Hellman to join Her Excellency at the photo site. Lorraine, kindly, Global School Meals Secretariat. I would like to move to the very back of this pavilion, and also Cabinet Secretaries present here, PSs, and also Governor Waiguru. Kindly let us move to this side as the rest of us remain seated as we do this shortly. We'll start our first photo. To join Her Excellency is Percy Hellman. That will be our first photo. That will be our first photo this evening.